Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through my AFLW fantasy team review for round 3, in which pretty much anything that was going to go wrong went wrong in that round for me. I burnt 21 and another 58, so 79 points on rookie roulette. I burnt only 2 points on the captaincy, which wasn't the worst play, and then obviously traded in a donut because Huntington didn't play, so that burnt another 60 odd points. And then Blackburn got injured at the end of the game, is out for the rest of the season, so that'll affect trades for next week. So what's that? Trading in 1 injury, 2 injury. So I got 1, 2, had Sheriff last week, 3 injuries so far this year, I think in 3 rounds, and I think I've messed up in the back line alone, just going through here quickly. 35 points, and then week 2 I burnt 32, so that's 77 plus 58, so that's 136 points in the rookie roulette in the back line alone. Is just pathetic. So yeah, just an all-round down week for me. 1161, 6,000 rank, and overall rank of 2219. And I guess that was, there is a lot of luck with the AFLW with there no edit trade. I probably should have just gone for O'Sullivan without knowing that she was going to play, and that was all confirmed, and knowing that there was a long time until Huntington's game, being in the last game of the round. But that is just the risk that is in general. There was nothing that was even flagged about that, I don't think. So yeah, that is what it is. But anyway, we will move on to next week. But before we do, let's just go through the whole round in general. Thomas 61, we talked about this when we did the review, that she got off to a really hot start and then a 61 in the end, but has the double this week, so she should be, I would suspect, the highest averaging defender. Given that she's in at 69, a 69 to 78 gap isn't big enough to negate the 5 games that she'll play compared to the 4 of Carney. So just looking about that, if Carney averages, say, 80 across the 4 games, that's 320 points. Divide that by 5. Thomas needs to average 64, and she's averaging 69 and plays a couple of decent opponents who I think will absolutely take West Coast to town in Collingwood and Brisbane. So I think that she could actually really get going in this and really score pretty well. I think she'll have, instead of just 3 kickouts, I think she might have 6, 7, 8 kickouts across the, especially in the Brisbane game. Add another 3 or 4 at least in the Collingwood game. That gets her up to 12 kickouts. So yeah, I expect somewhere around about that 140 point marker for her across the 2 games. But yeah, a 61 isn't the worst. Daisy Darcy, 56, 100% time on ground. Yeah, just didn't get the disposals in this one against GWS, as she really did struggle, but 100% time on ground, which is a good sign. A 56, not the end of the world, and we'll just hope that she can put together a decent score against Geelong this week, as I expect Geelong to come firing at them. Gouldrick here, 53. She got off to a really hot start, and then on the last quarter, I think gave away 2 free kicks, had a tackle taken away as well. So yeah, it doesn't really hurt the most. The worst thing about this is that her role potentially is changing, and we just need to give a watch on that. Schleicher had an absolutely horrific role. I just want her out, but there's so many other issues right now fixing up this midfield, especially with the double, that Schleicher is just there. I wish I'd gone someone else instead of her. And then Finn had a horrific day in the downpour and hail at, where were they playing? I didn't even know where they were playing, but they beat Geelong in that weather. Her and Frizzell really did struggle in that weather. So I expect her to probably do a little bit better, but I really like Watson's role. So watch Watson score now a 40 and Dana Finn score a 70. That would just be my luck. Then we have Marinoff here, 131. She could have easily scored more. She was on 112, I think, at halftime. We'll get to that. Halftime, at 3/4 time, sorry. So she could have definitely scored more, and a 131. We got lucky, probably, that Rowbottom didn't damage us too much for those that would have captained her. But yeah, she just did a 133 and had 6 free kicks against. That could have been a lot more damaging on the disposal count that she had, given that 6 free kicks, that if she gets 1 or 2 free kicks in that game, which she is a general free kick, gives away a lot. But say she has 3 free kicks, which was her average in these 2 games, Then she averaged, that's a 142, potentially even higher because it could have been a tackle that actually gets called a tackle, etc. I don't know exactly what the free kicks were for. Conti 75, she played as one's outfit that were horrific and didn't have to play. Look at this, 96 to 72%. She dropped 24%. She dropped a quarter of what she was actually playing. So if she drops a quarter of that, then that's actually on pace for a 100. That's how dumb it was. So, and she got tagged in it. So I'm a little bit worried, but I'm not also too worried given the chaos that is around her. And yeah, she just had it was a really disappointing game, but it is what it is. Blackburn tore a ligament in her foot and she's out for the year. So that really does suck, compounding the decision between Ali Anderson and her. And that pretty much is just, is what it is, as Ali Anderson is about 160 points ahead of her at this point in time. And then you have Window here. I went Window over Goody just because of the role, and then Goody turns up and plays really, really well. So that's just really annoying. Window couldn't get going in the first quarter, and then was on about 40 midway at halftime or so, and then didn't do anything in the third quarter, and then or something like that, or really got on to, I think she got off to a really good start in the third quarter, and got to about 40 with about 10 minutes to go in the third, and then did nothing for that quarter, and then did nothing more for the quarter, and then 12 in the last. So she struggled. O'Dowd 68, I think she went pretty much level with Edmund here. So if we go Edmund here, yeah, Edmund went a 67, O'Dowd went a 68. I'm happy that I got the points upgrade there and was able to get Hartle in, who Hartle could be crucial in this double game week just to gain a lot more cash, because cash is going to be king. In the end, in the hope that I can finish off my side, just because the injuries we are copping. I've traded into 2 injuries or red or dots in the end in Huntington, and I kid you not, I traded into Sheriff and then traded into Huntington. So I've traded, what did I have in week 1 here? What did I have in week 1? I have McGee week 1, which that sucks. And then week 2, I traded, who did I trade in? I traded out, I traded 2 good, 2 Sheriff, 2 Huntington. So which forward am I going to trade in next week if Huntington's out? So yeah, I've copped, what's that now, 4 injuries, I believe, from my starting team in 3 weeks, which is not the kindest thing, I would say. And yeah, Katie Hall 75. She was on 66 post game and then got upgraded to a 75, which was really good. Randall started off really slow but got away to a 66 in the end, and has Essendon this week, who Essendon's midfield looks a little bit off, so I think that she can pocket that for some points there. Huntington didn't play, has Sydney this week, and that'll be an interesting clash because GWS should theoretically win. A lot of the tips will be done without the knowledge of the teams, which will be really weird to do because Moffat makes such a big difference for the Swans. So it will be interesting to see how that sort of how people are tipping, I guess, with that. Because GWS I think lost to Sydney the last couple times, maybe, or last time, and they could be on this week to get a win, as Sydney look a little bit depleted. Power scored a 33. She struggled. I'd need to look at the stats again, but she struggled. But it should be a little bit better. Only 0 kicks doesn't help. But hopefully with all the injuries that she gets a better role, even though her role was actually worse. She had 9% CBA, so her role got even worse now. Smith, and then Tripodi 66 was really good against the D's on limited tog, but that's all that she needs, honestly, and now has Port Adelaide, which she should do well against. And then Goody has North Melbourne next week, but a 74 from her was all right. And yeah, better time on ground, as you see here, and just in general got closer to the ball, got a lot more marks, which was really good to see. And hopefully she can put up some more cash in the coming future. But yeah, that was just sort of a down week for me in general, leaving a lot of points on the bench. I think optimal, I would have scored in the end, say, I traded in Huntington 67 plus the 2 points from the captaincy, so that's another 69 plus, I think we said, 58 plus 58 plus 21 is another 79 points, so that is 69 plus 79, that is 148 points. I could have got more, which would have put me at 1309, and that would have really actually put me up the rankings, I believe, if I just go into my league, so a 1309 would have put me total points, if I just go here, that's showing my trades a little bit, but it won't matter. And that would have put me at 1309, would have put me another 148 points up, would have put me at around 39.10 or 39.19, somewhere around there. And that would have put me roughly here around this, yeah, I would have been, just on this week alone, if I'd gotten my trades perfect, or like even just done general things well, I would have been around the ranking of, what is this, Anthony here, which, yeah, that's where I would have been. I would have been about 400 ranked if I just gone Gabby O'Sullivan, put Shireen Watson on field like he's done, and then Goody on field. Like he actually messed that up, but he got Goody's score anyway. So yeah, I would have easily, there's so many different things that I'm just like, I wish I had done this, that, and everything, and it would have actually scored a lot better. But anyway, it is what it is, and I guess that's the video there going through my AFLW fantasy team review for round 3, and I'll see you guys in all the other videos that need to be recorded and released today because of the early game week start tonight with the Collingwood versus the West Coast Eagles tonight on the Tuesday. So I'll see you guys, I guess, in those videos. But if you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload it, especially with the chunk of videos that I'm going to do today. And I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye, guys.